Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
You all ready for this? Dun 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 dun.
No. Y'all, just stop. This is a sham. Welcome to DBL. It's Monday, November 29th. I'm Jeff here with my friends, Erica and Al. We're here in Denver. It doesn't feel like November 29th, I'll tell you that. What a beautiful weekend, right?
How lucky. Honestly, yes. I felt so lucky with the weather that we got over the holidays, because a couple years ago before lockdown, there was a straight up blizzard, ice storm that had us all locked inside the entire time, so this was a good make-up.
What did you guys do over the weekend, speaking of family in town?
Oh, we did all the things. We did all the things.
You literally did all the things.
You got to give us the number. Give us the total number that you had.
There were 23 for dinner, 18 at the house. We did Bulls Nuggets, Broncos Chargers. Like,
wait, hold on. I just hit me. How many restaurants could accommodate 23 for dinner?
Well, I'll tell you.
That's a lot of people.
Casa de Cobb does.
That's right.
Yes, yes.
Do you help out with the cooking? Who does the cooking?
I do not. That is my contribution.
Yeah.
My contribution is to make sure that the table is nicely set, that there is enough of everything for everyone, and then everybody else who are the real chefs in the family get together and, you know, do your thing. Kind of like, I know, Jeff, you're the chef.
I
Jeff
like
the
to
chef.
cook. I like to cook. But when you said Bulls Nuggets, I was like, I paused for a second. I was talking about dinner, and for some reason, I got confused with Rocky Mountain oysters.
It's a local dish here.
Bulls Nuggets? Yeah.
The Bulls Nuggets game that you went to with your family. Yeah. I got you, but it took me still kicking the dirt off the tires now. It was a long weekend. I had my family in town. My parents were here. I cooked. It was my mom's birthday, Jordan's birthday. Snuck up the Vale with the wife for one day. What a beautiful weekend.
Wow. Yeah, you can't blow past that. Now, you are the chef, Jeff, so I need to know. What did you cook? What dish were you most proud of?
Green bean casserole, Erica's favorite. Oh. I still got some left over. Green bean casserole, turkey, a little bit of turkey, a little bit of ham, a little bit of stuffing, a little bit of mashed potatoes, and green bean casserole. Yeah.
Here for it.
Twice.
How about you, Howard?
Oh, man, I just ran back to L.A., hung out with the kiddos. We had a great Thanksgiving. Really had just a wonderful time. And it's one of those situations, I don't know if I told you, I sent the video. My youngest son got double vaccinated. So to celebrate, I rented a drop-top Corvette, and we went driving around L.A., and I think I put the video on our group thread, but just my youngest just enjoying the sunshine in California. So it was a beautiful moment.
What an incentive, huh?
What a beautiful moment, yeah.
What a great Thanksgiving. All right, guys, we hope you had a great Thanksgiving, but let's get to some celeb news. After months of speculation, Matthew McConaughey revealed on social media that he won't be running for governor of Texas. Have a look.
As a simple kid born in the little town of Uvalde, Texas, it never occurred to me that I would one day be considered for political leadership. It's a humbling and inspiring path to ponder. It is also a path that I'm choosing not to take at this moment. What am I going to do? I'm going to continue to work and invest the bounty I have by supporting entrepreneurs, businesses, and foundations that I believe are leaders, establishments that I believe are creating pathways for people to succeed in life.
Listen, I'm a big fan of Matthew McConaughey. Do you think he ever had it in his head that he was going to run for governor? Maybe he dipped his toes in and didn't like how the water felt and he got out? That's just in my own mind.
No, I'm picking up what you're laying down, and I totally agree.
Yeah, right?
Completely agree. I think that's a real problem that is going to continue to manifest itself through our political system, because people who might have really great intentions don't necessarily want to be bothered with. I mean, I don't know how. Honestly, I don't know how people run for public office, because I wouldn't handle that well.
But that's the point.
They're going to dig up everything you've ever done in your whole life.
But even if you haven't done anything,
they'll get you.
I mean, you know, in that, Erica, you really happily stole my thunder on that one. I was just looking like, well, another great person seems like he won't be running for political office. Think about the YouTube people who are just honest to a fault. Just think about others before yourselves, and neither one of you guys would ever run for politics, because first of all, you don't want that smoke that's going to come at you, and you're not willing to dish it. Erica, Jeff, you're not willing to make up something about your opponent's wife or spouse. So you can't run because you can't win. You'd be considered weak. And I think that's more a statement on where we are. But, you know, let's hope maybe some other celebrities
Well, I'll just be honest. I can dish it. I'm not going to make it up, though. I'm not going to make it up.
Yeah.
I'd vote for Erica, for sure.
Erica 2024.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj stole the show at the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. During the special, she called out Candice Dillard for using auto-tune on her single Drive Back. And for those not familiar with the song, let's have a listen.
What you got, you make me drive back. Hit it when we come in contact. But see you, I'm turning right back. Pumping brakes.
Ooh, Nicki shaded Candice again by asking the ladies what they thought of the song. Let's watch.
She's on the Billboard.
She's on Billboard?
Yeah, she's on the R&B Billboard.
Yeah, Anita Baker shot
number
that.
24.
Yeah, so that's what I'm giving
What,
us.
what chart? No, this is important.
R&B.
On the R&B, which chart? On iTunes or Billboard?
Billboard. Number 24 on iTunes, on R&B Billboard. Number 4 on iTunes.
And how long has it been out?
2 months.
Is that good in music world?
So was it over there? Nicki then put Candice on the spot by asking her to sing the song a cappella. Take a look.
What you got, you make me drive back. Woo! Hit it when we come in contact. But see you, I'm turning right back. Pumping brakes is not compliant. Boy, you know you make me come back. Come back, no.
It looks like she turned Nicki Minaj a little bit.
I think she was being very sarcastic.
Oh, really? It looked like she turned her.
No, the whole, she was very extra with the, oh, I'm feeling this girl. Nicki's not, she's not gonna, look, Nicki is an alpha female, and she is going to attack anybody that she feels like is shopping on her side of the street. And I think that's what I saw, but let's talk to the experts. I'm just a viewer.
Break it down.
Well, I think that Nicki was actually surprisingly more diplomatic than I think that most people thought she was going to be, because this is the first time anyone other than Andy Cohen is hosting a reunion. And
right.
She had one part of it. Nicki was kind of critical of Candice on social media, so I think this was also an opportunity to kind of like give her an opportunity to really show that she's an artist. Like, I'm not particularly a fan of Candice Dillard as a personality on the show, which I'm always very clear to say. I just ran into my girl Giselle Bryant, who's also on Real Housewives of Potomac. I straight up told her, like, I love you because you know how to play the game. Like, there is a give and take when you are on a show like that. Like, you understand people are going to talk about you. They're going to be invested in this. I don't know if Candice plays the game in a way that I love. In fact, she doesn't. But in terms of what happened last night, I thought that was such a great moment for her to sing a cappella. It took her a minute. Like, she wasn't game for it right away. And I was just like, girl, like Nicki just said, she has her own, like, we know she has her own recording company, you know, her label. So if you're an artist, you should sing. And I wanted her to sing that with her whole chest. I thought she did a good job. I was very happy in that moment.
Because Nicki's face at first was like when people started snapping.
Yeah.
Kind of like my face. But then she kind of seemed like she got into it. Maybe she was being nice.
Yeah, but what, hey, she did okay. She sounded okay. Acapella is very difficult, especially being on the spot, so I think she handled it well.
Right.
Yeah. Real quickly, what's the connection with Nicki Minaj and the Housewives? Is she
She's
just
been a fan since day one, and she would tweet about it. And then this year, she's like, so yeah, I'm going to host the reunion. And so the speculation for pretty much the entire season was, is Nicki going to be at the reunion? Is she not? And then she ended up being in it, and she was part 4, which aired last night. It was interesting. It was interesting. The line of questioning was different than when Andy Cohen does it.
And Erica just breezed by. She's like, I was just kicking it with some Housewives of Potomac. You know?
No, I wasn't kicking. I just ran into her.
I don't know. It's still
she's even more beautiful in person.
Yeah, all right, guys. Before we go, speaking of fan, Tony Bennett sang for the crowd one last time during a TV special with Lady Gaga. It was filmed back in August on his 95th birthday, 6 months after he revealed he had Alzheimer's. Let's take a look.
Olden days, a glimpse of stocking was looked on as something shocking. Now heaven knows, anything goes.
Good authors too once knew better words, now only use for letter words. Writing prose, anything goes.
Wow, brings back so many moments in my life. Frank Sinatra once said Tony Bennett was the best singer he has ever heard in his life.
Yeah.
Amazing, right?
Yeah, what a way to go out. You can see it in his face. He knew that it was his last show,
last
and he's
performance.
taking it all in. So what a career. Shout out.
We love you, Tony. We'll be right back, guys.
Closed captioning provided by
So I just asked Erica before we came on. I wanted to know, did the girls of the Potomac Housewives, did they freak out that Nicki Minaj was hosting?
Yes, and a big part of it too was they tried to make it seem like she wasn't gonna come, so they put a video that she had pre-recorded out saying, you know, I'm sorry that I won't be able to be there. And then later in the reunion, she came out and they made it like a whole moment.
Thank you.
What was I going to say about the, but let me just clarify something else about the Giselle Bryant thing. So she's a Real Housewife
That you
of Potomac
ran into.
that I ran into last week, and she's like, wait a minute, DBL, right? And I was
No
like
way.
blown away. Yeah. It's like, wait, she goes, I know you. And I'm like, I don't think so. She's like, no, I know you. And I'm like, I know you, but I don't think you know me.
And don't
I was
forget
like,
to mention your Canadian husband recognized her first.
oh yeah, my husband who I made watch Bravo with me was like, hey, that's Giselle Bryant at the bar. And I was like, no, it's, oh my gosh, it really is. Yeah. So
awesome.
Thank you, Giselle, for watching DBL.
That's amazing. We got to get Andy Cohen on the show, because I love a lot of shows on Bravo too, surprisingly. But I just think it'd be cool to talk to him, you know?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. All right.
Some of us have jobs. I'm so sorry.
We have Jeray's always doing his job. It's very. I don't think you guys understand what the show would look like without Jeray. Yes, I tried. I look. I feel like I want to do like a walkthrough where we would look at old shows and just Jeray can decide what level of shine my face was. Because I think when we first started during the pandemic, I looked like the sun. It was just like, I didn't understand what matting was. I still kind of don't. I know it's not spelled like the normal matting, but I know that. Thank the Lord, Jeray's back.
Welcome back to DBL. This weekend was full of crazy, unbelievable headlines, and we're going through them all to find out which are facts and which are fake news. So let's jump right in, shall we? Idris Elba in talks to join Bond franchise. So is this fake news or is this a fact?
Ooh,
I thought we talked about this, didn't we? Oh, no. You guys already saw my answer. All right,
I'm going fake news.
Let's reveal.
I
Let's
think
see what.
Erica's right. I'm scared she's right.
Yeah, we talked about
I thought he debunked that.
Well, I think that it's been now reintroduced, and I think that's what it is.
Because he'd be an amazing Bond.
Yes, it's time.
Erica.
It's time.
All right, we got plenty more. Paul Rudd says wife would have chosen Keanu Reeves for people's sexiest man alive. And he was the sexiest man alive? I don't know. You know why? I'm going to go fact because my wife has got a major crush on Keanu.
Well, first of all, they're both very attractive men, but I could see Paul Rudd saying that as kind of being like self-deprecating.
All right, we're unanimous in the fact. Let's hope it's fact. Oh, coming out swinging.
He's a funny man. All right.
Yes. All right, how about this one? Bride disinvites cousin from wedding for being too fat.
I'm going early fact on this one.
I'm just gonna go fact because people are horrible.
I'm gonna
Especially
say
your
fake
wedding.
news because
People use their weddings to be very spiteful.
But to say too. Okay, let's see what it is. Let's see what it is. Wow.
Yes.
The bar is low.
Notice we didn't show their faces because they would be shamed.
Oof.
The bar is low.
So terrible.
People. All right. Britney Spears says Lindsay Lohan shouldn't be getting married.
I don't think Britney would do that.
I think Britney has too many other things going on.
And we had 3 facts in a row. They wouldn't throw us this kind of curveball.
Oh,
Let's see what
now
it
you
is.
set the bar. Let's see. Yes.
News.
All right.
See,
Brittany's too nice for that.
Trying to stir up some trouble. All right. TikTokers will team up with the English National Orchestra for Tiger King opera.
I'm gonna go. I think that's real.
See, this is one of those that are crazy that it could be real.
The Tiger King was crazy, Jeff.
I'm gonna go with fact.
Nothing associated with this. Yeah.
What kind of music do they play? Let's see.
Yeah. I don't associate any music with this.
Yeah. What kind of music is there?
Didn't somebody have a video? Somebody was a rocker. One of these guys.
Well,
you can come up with a theme. Maybe it's just the theme, and then they're putting together a whole catalog that would make sense to move the story. I don't know, y'all. I don't know.
I wonder if the Tiger King has like had its moment, and now they're just trying to get all the scraps at this point.
All right. So do we have a winner?
I think it's a tie between me and you.
I thought it was pretty close
look at me.
too.
All right.
Big Al took it home.
I look like I'm running for the mayor of Flint. I love it.
Al, stepping up your game.
That's right. Hey, I'm starting to, post Thanksgiving, and Erica, you had to know that this was not going to work out well for you. I'm the champ. And I mean, it's been a pleasure, but I feel uncomfortable during the holidays having to do this to you guys, but it's going to continue to happen. So let's just kind of get past this moment, I'm really good.
That was pretty smart, Erica. Yeah. Exactly. All right, guys. Remember to tune in every Monday for more fact or fake news. We'll be right back.
It's certainly easier to maintain, but is a fake Christmas tree better than a real one? Let's verify. About 80% of American households will display a Christmas tree this year, and of those, about 80% are artificial. That's understandable. There's no cleanup. You avoid the hassle of buying and disposing of a tree every winter. Plus, it saves you money. The average natural Christmas tree costs about $80. Fake ones are about $100. So by your second year using it, you're saving cash. But there's a big myth about the impact on the environment.
People think, oh, Christmas trees, they're destroying the woods, destroying the forest.
Dr. Sally Brown, a nationally renowned soil specialist at the University of Washington, says that's not true because almost all Christmas trees are grown on farms that wouldn't exist without the holiday.
So you're getting good land use from growing these trees, good benefits to the soil from growing these trees.
It's also a tiny piece of the environmental pie. One major study by PE International found that real or fake, Christmas trees account for less than 0.1% of the average person's annual carbon footprint. And a much bigger factor is driving to and from the farms. Dr. Brown concurs.
If you get an artificial tree, you're not destroying the environment. You're not helping it either. I would say the scale is a little bit in favor of a real tree.
Whether it's an actual tree or PVC, as long as you dispose of it properly, there's no big winner or loser for Christmas trees. With your Verify, I'm Steve Bunin. Happy holidays.
That girl Sarah broke the bow off my cake and ate it.
Are you kidding me?
I ate the bow.
Why would you eat the bow?
Because I
Why
wanted
would you
to.
do that?
You're mad about a bow.
Yes, Sarah. I'm mad about a bow.
Okay, Heather Dubrow, not the bow. Welcome back to DBL. That was a clip from The Real Housewives of Orange County, and it comes as a surprise to no one why our next guest needs no introduction. We're talking with the enormously compelling and sensational Real Housewives superstar, Heather Dubrow. That's today's Chatting with the Stars.
Your daughter, Max, she has a new book out. I'll give it to you straight. What your teens want to know. Straight-ish. Thank you, Al. Thank you. What do you wish you had understood about Max and her sexuality while she was growing up?
Oh, wow. I mean, it's funny. Her book is so raw and honest and amazing. And there's a lot of my parenting fails in there, also a lot of wins, thankfully. Of course, I wish I had this book 5 years ago. Not so much about her sexuality. Max and I have a very amazing relationship, a lot of open communication. But I would say my biggest takeaway from reading her book is that we're doing something right. What she wrote about was not so much the lessons that I taught her or things I said to her, but the way she watched me live my life and the lessons she gleaned herself from that. That was pretty amazing.
First of all, I'm a huge Bravo-holic. I'm just going to put it out there. So we are going to pivot because I need some tea. So let's talk about former housewife Kelly Dodd, who reportedly harassed you and Terry at a restaurant recently. So what happened from your perspective, and what do you say or want her to know about now?
Okay. Well, I think all I would say about that is she seems to talk about me a lot. And, you know, I don't know at this point whether to be completely flattered that she's so obsessed with me or, you know, sad for her that she has no other content.
Okay.
Well, I mean, this is why we're all happy that you are back, because you left The Housewives in 2016, but you're back for season 16. So, like, what prompted?
Apparently.
What made you want to come back?
Well, like I was talking about, you know, I really, I thought it would be a cool way to show where we're at in our lives. You know, timing is everything. And I think as I've gotten older, I've gotten better at listening to the universe. And it seemed like the right time for many reasons. If you had asked me a couple of years ago, you know, the answer was, I'd never say never, but I feel like I've checked that box. I think that I really did want to show our family, our version of what a normal family looks like, and, you know, try and help people and come back swinging.
I love it.
Okay, so here's the thing. I know that not everybody was necessarily happy about you coming back, but I was super happy because we need you to have no boo for Thanksgiving. We need that type of energy on Real Housewives of Orange County. So was there one person who was the least excited about you coming back to the franchise?
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know. I guess you'd have to ask others. I think I've come to a point in my life where I am just reading the good stuff and accepting the good things and sort of playing the cards in front of me. I was excited to come back. I didn't rewatch old episodes. I hadn't seen the show since I left, and I was looking forward to reconnecting with Shannon and also meeting some new friends.
Wow, that's fantastic. I can't wait. Season 16 of The Real Housewives of Orange County premieres December 1st on Bravo. Erica, we'll be watching the rest of the world too. Thank you so much, Heather. We'll be right back. Thank you so much, Heather.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Have a good Nobu.
Love Heather.
She brings me to fancy.
Cheers to New York. All right.
Apple, baby. We feel amazing.
Gina, she's super cool.
Yeah, no, she's.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Adopting a puppy during the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic was very popular as stay-at-home orders left people feeling isolated. According to the ASPCA, about 1 in 5 households acquired a cat or a dog since March 2020. That means nearly 23 million American households got a pandemic pet. Now that more people are going back into the office, Verify audience member Alma asked us about the fate of those animals.
I heard that right now is like the time when the most people are trying to put their dogs up for adoption. Is that true?
People on social media are also concerned that cats and other animals adopted during the pandemic will be returned. So let's verify. Has there been a nationwide spike in animals being surrendered to shelters in 2021? To get an answer, Verify interviewed several national organizations that track shelter adoptions, including Shelter Animals Count, North Shore Animal League America, the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, and American Pet Products Association. Stephanie Filer is the executive director of Shelter Animals Count, an independent nonprofit that monitors pet adoptions and returns at shelters across the U.S.
The good news is when we look at the trends, that's really not the case across the country.
SAC published their findings in a report that tracked data from 300 shelters between January and June in 2019, 2020, and 2021. The data tracks both dogs and cats. And according to the report, owner surrenders, which are pets given up by their owners to animal shelters, well, they decreased by 25% from 2019 to 2020 and increased by 3% in 2021. And that slight increase, well, it's still well below the number of surrenders in 2019. The ASPCA also conducted a survey of more than 5,000 American adults, and they found 90% of households who acquired a dog during the pandemic and 85% of those who acquired a cat, well, they still have them. So we can verify, no, there has not been a nationwide spike in animals being surrendered to shelters in 2021.
The holiday season is in full swing here at the Reagan-Washington National Airport as air travel is climbing back up to pre-pandemic levels. And some of you are no doubt taking presents with you. So we want to make sure that perfect gift wrapping that took you hours to get right doesn't go to waste. So let's verify. Should you pack wrapped presents in your suitcase? For this one, we went straight to Lisa Farbstein, a TSA spokesperson, who says don't do it. Not in your carry-on and not in your checked bag.
If it triggers an alarm, the TSA officer is going to have to unwrap the gift. You know who should unwrap that gift? The person who's supposed to receive it.
She recommends packing gifts in a gift bag or a box with a lid. That way TSA officers can take a peek without ruining your nephew's day.
Let's say it triggered an alarm. Now, how's the TSA officer going to know what's inside? So in this case, it's a gun. Now, for the purpose of the demonstration, it's not a real one, but of course, that would be the point, is for all we would know, somebody would be concealing something that could cause a major incident on a plane.
So to make everyone's life easier, we can verify that no, you shouldn't pack wrapped gifts in your suitcase. Farbstein says this might just slow you down and perhaps delay that bag from getting on the plane.
Welcome back to DBL. Remember, it's Cyber Monday, so be sure to be on the lookout for online scams. It's time for a security alert sponsored by LifeLock. So, did you know that scammers prefer to contact their victims through email? Believe it or not, electronic mail was the most common way that victims said scammers used to contact them. And it's not a small amount of cash either. The FTC says nearly $50 million was lost to email scams this year alone, mostly through online shopping scams. The best way to avoid scammers is to never, ever share personal information with strangers online. LifeLock keeps you and your digital identity secure from cyber criminals. Call 1-800-419-0131 or visit lifelock.com to learn more. Any online deals you guys are looking at right now for Cyber Monday?
No, thankfully.
We were talking about a little bit during the break. I want that Frame TV. Because I was going to tell you during the commercial break, I'll tell you in front of everybody, the cool thing about the Frame TV is it looks like just artwork. So you have your television on it. It looks like a painting when you walk into your house, but you can change the painting to fit your decor or whatever you like. And then somebody's like, oh, where's your TV? And you go, turn the painting on, playa. And then there you go.
That's such an Al thing.
Turn the painting on, player.
Yeah, but it looks like framed artwork.
Now we're gonna watch the game. Look at the painting, player. I love it. You're gonna have that by the end of the year.
Absolutely.
We'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place.
Oh my gosh.